You ready?
Yep.
Yeah, it's your first episode. You sure? You got all your lines?
100%.
All your angles?
Yep, practice.
Every camera?
Yep.
You know our lineup?
Yep.
Yeah, one thing.
What's that?
You're in the wrong spot, buddy.
Ooh.
One more thing.
Yep.
This is Studio 20 Live. Welcome to episode 11 of Studio 20 Live, Brittany's first one. Hopefully, smooth sailing from here,
Fingers
no more
crossed.
mistakes. Got the first one out of the way, don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
You're in the right chair, we're good to go. Now we've got this week, exciting episode. We've got a debate. First time I've had a debate, except, it's got one person in it. We've got Mitch from Shake Up coming in, except, Quack FM, they told us this morning they weren't able to come. So, one man debate,
Should be interesting.
Yeah, first time for Studio 20, first time worldwide. I think there might be a one-person debate. And we've got Shortcut, Joe Smith and Angelique Liu. We're at the nude auction. It's not what it sounds like, and you'll find out what it was in the Shortcut.
We're also going to be hearing from Talissa a little bit later for entertainment and all things celebrity for eSpot. And we've also got something special from Pop-Up this week. Not an episode, but stay tuned and you'll find out what it is.
And we've got John for the rant. He's not really a ranty person, but he's got himself stuck in a hairy situation. And if anyone could do that, it's John.
Yeah, but right now we've got Limelight with Clem from Wollongong Headspace. We're going to talk about Mental
Health Month.
Mental Health Month.
Hey, we're here for Limelight, and we have Clem from Headspace. Thanks for coming in.
No worries, thanks for having me.
It's Mental Health Month, so we'll just start with, can you tell us a little bit about Headspace for the people at home that might not fully understand what you guys do?
Sure, so Headspace Wollongong is part of the National Youth Mental Health Foundation. So we're a youth health centre for young people aged 12 to 25 years. We're a space where young people can come if they've got any problem they'd like to have a chat about. It might be something that's going wrong at school or at work or something with relationships. They might even not know what the problem is, and that's okay too. We have a range of staff they can see at the centre, not just for mental health problems, but also for physical health problems. So they can come along and see one of our GPs to chat about what's going on. They can also access our services for things like sexual health support, vaccinations, or any other general physical health problems they might have as well.
Yeah, so it's Mental Health Month this month. Can you tell us a little bit about the event you're hosting today?
Sure, so we're actually down on the Duck Pond lawn at the moment with Headspace Miranda, and we've also got representatives from Headspace Nowra. It's been a project that the Centre for Student Engagement at Wollongong Uni have put on. So there's a free barbecue, so get on down and pick up a snag or a veggie burger, I think.
Sounds good.
Yeah, but also a really good opportunity just to come and have a chat to us. So
What time does that go till?
that goes until 2 o'clock today.
And so that after the end of this show, people can go out and check it out. So,
Yeah, exactly.
So since we're being Mental Health Month, what's the main goal for not just Headspace, but everyone involved in Mental Health Month?
Sure, the theme of Mental Health Month this year is Be Unique, so really recognising that everyone's different. One of the things we really like to promote is mental health wellbeing, so just reminding people that there are lots of things you can do, lots of self-care strategies you can use on a day-to-day basis to look after your mental health. And it's really important that we reflect on that and think about what that means to each and every one of us, because we're all unique, and that might be a very different thing, whether it's getting out and doing some exercise, whether it's creating art, whether it's talking to a friend. There's lots of different strategies that we can all use to look after our mental health.
Great. And can you tell us a little bit about what you do specifically in Wollongong?
Sure. So our centre is based on Smith Street, so we're pretty close to the centre of town and close to the green bus line, which is quite handy. We're open from 8:30 to 5 on Monday to Friday, and if anyone would like to chat to us, they can give us a call. They can look at our website and contact us through there, or they can even just drop in and have a chat as well.
And what advice do you have for people that might be suffering from anxiety or signs of mental health problems?
Sure, anxiety is a big one. So anxiety and depression are two of the biggest mental health problems that we see. One of the reasons Headspace exists is that we know that 1 in 4 people will develop a mental health problem over the course of their lifetime. And we know that about 75% of mental health problems will actually arise before people turn 25. So it's really important to get in early. And one message we'd really like to make clear to people is that they don't have to suffer in silence. There's a lot of stigma attached to mental health problems. And it's really important to communicate that there's no shame in seeking help. We really love people to seek help early, because if you get things when they first become a problem, we can stop them from becoming worse and stop them from having an impact on people's lives over the long term.
Oh, well, thanks for coming in, Clem. We'll let you get back to your event because it ends at 2 o'clock, so make sure everyone who's available once the show ends gets out there and checks it out. But, so thank you. But now we're going to go to Kevin Suarez, who's going to catch us up with what's going on in the news this week.
Thanks, guys. The Ebola crisis has reached the US, prompting local police officers to consider charging the infected man with knowingly exposing the public to a deadly virus. The man, Thomas Eric Duncan, arrived in Dallas County, Texas, aboard a flight from Liberia. Officials have considered his actions to have criminal intent because he had knowingly lied on a medical document when entering the country. People close to Duncan say that shortly before leaving, he helped take an Ebola-affected woman to a hospital where she later died. Duncan has also passed away overnight, shortly after news of a second infected victim in the US. Claims that a person who has died from the Ebola and has risen from the grave has been proven false. This image of a supposed Ebola zombie has been debunked as the image of a zombie from the Brad Pitt blockbuster World War Z. This comes after a US news channel actually did record a supposedly dead Ebola sufferer about to be cremated, twitching his arm to signal he was still alive. Apple has faced another wave of criticism for their newly released iPhone 6 and 6 Plus. According to several users, it is snagged onto their long hair or beards whenever they make calls and hold the phone to their ears. According to the users, the part where the aluminium meets the glass is where their hair gets caught. It prompted several joke tweets around the world, such as this classic from Gillette saying, "Your phone may be smarter than ever, but leave the shaving to the experts. #Beardgate. If you are suffering from hair loss due to your iPhone, don't forget to leave a message on Facebook and Twitter with the hashtag #FirstWorldProblems. Finally, to New South Wales news. Skateboarders in Newcastle have rescued a Muslim woman and her daughter from an abusive local. The man allegedly approached the women as they were parked in a car, reportedly told them, "We are Westerners, you are not meant to be here," and then punched their car mirror. The skaters intervened, and the man was arrested by the police a short time later. One of the skaters said that the man's actions were not acceptable and claims that while the attack occurred, several other cars passed by without anyone coming out to assist them. This incident comes shortly after a social experiment in Sydney which showed that a majority of people would actually help someone coming under a racial attack. Thanks guys, and back to you in the studio.
Thanks for that, Kevin. So, as we mentioned earlier, tonight before 5 p.m. is the last, well, tonight at 5 p.m. it shuts. Today's the last day you can vote for your WUSA council, your student council.
Take advantage of democracy.
Yeah. We've got Mitchell Bresser, the current WUSA president, here with us, who's running for Shake Up. Yep, so we're going to hear from him in a sec. We were supposed to have Quack FM with us today as well, but unfortunately they couldn't make it.
Yeah, it was important in a debate to have 2 people, but we're powering on. We don't care what the dictionary says. We don't care what the dictionary defines the debate as. We're doing it anyways.
But they have sent us a statement. So their main policies include they're going to try and bring a student-run digital radio station to UOW that will feature local musicians, promote campus activities and give students studying journalism a hands-on experience. They're also going to try and bring back a free lunch on the lawn and provide more funding to clubs and societies, and they're hoping to do this through SAF funding, so applying for some SAF funding and through separate university funding. But now we're just going to hear a bit about your sort of shake-up sort of policies.
Great.
Can you give us a brief overview of your campaign policies?
Right, so Shake Up for a little while has been running the student union, and we've brought in a whole bunch of services, like our second-hand bookstore called the Book Bank, brought in free breakfast, we brought in free and really cheap printing. We've successfully lobbied the university to get free financial and legal services on campus, so they're really important stuff, and we just want to keep on continuing that. We've also want to do a couple of campaigns towards the university administration and the Vice Chancellor. We want the Vice Chancellor specifically to make a commitment, like other regional VCs have done, about his to not raise fees in case fee deregulation comes into effect. We're also joining some other campaigns, some national campaigns about textbooks on HECS and getting concession cards for international students. So besides that, we want to just continue and grow WUSA.
So Book Bank will continue?
Yeah, Book Bank will continue. We've got even funding for starting up a bike bank. We've got funding. We've got staff funding applied this year. We're getting it next year for starting the bike bank, improving our free breakfast and having weekly free barbecue breakfasts on the lawn in the mornings.
And okay, our second question. WUSA is slowly being given less funds by the university. How do you plan to implement all your policies of little funding?
Well, so we have a thing about Shake Up. The current WUSA administration, myself and my executives, all our projects, all our services have to be revenue raising or revenue neutral. So it's taken a while, but we've managed to reduce WUSA's deficit from $90,000 to $7,000. So there's still a bit of way to go, but we've started the book bank, which ranges somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000 a year. We get a bit of a profit from membership, bit of profit from printing. Bike bank's going to be neutral, but we're going to get the seed funding for that from the university. So that will help. That's how we're going to start that out. It's true the university doesn't give us any money. We're the only student union affiliated to the NUS that gets no funding from their university, so it's definitely is challenging, but we're hoping that if we increase our services, engage more students, that we will slowly get to a surplus.
Okay, and how will the plans you've got in place benefit UOW students?
Well, textbooks are super expensive. Printing is crazy expensive. So those two things. If we keep on improving those and make them more accessible, we're going to help students just in that way. Bike Bank is another great thing. Lobbying for better standards of education at UOW is another way that we can really improve students' well-being, students' life on campus.
Okay, and our last question. What parts of Quack FM's campaign do you oppose? We spoke earlier about.
Well, look, they have some really good ideas, and a radio station would be great on campus. But, I mean, not a huge amount of people know what WUSA is already, and I feel like their listeners will be, unfortunately, really few. It also is a bit challenging for them to get a radio station, even if it was to be digital. And that is because if they want it truly independent of the university, which of course you'd want for being a student union, it's going to be difficult for them if they're going to put ads on there or stuff that may contradict university policy to use university assets. So even their internet connection, so even if they want to stream from the WUSA space to outside, they're going to have to try and get a landline in. They're going to try connection to the internet. It's going to be very expensive to get that. It's going to be difficult. And we'd also Shake Up would instead of money being spent on that, we think actual things that will actually help students right now would be better than that. As also, staff funding for 2015 has already been allocated and they did not apply. Even though some of their members are on WUSA and had the opportunity to apply for staff funding, they did not. They're going to have to wait to the end of 2015 to apply for this money. That means they're not going to get any money until 2016.
So the radio station won't even happen until then?
If the thing of WUSA we'll run out of money eventually unless we get to a surplus. And so putting an expensive radio station, unless they get staff money, it's not going to happen.
Well, thanks for coming in, Mitch. Good luck in the elections that end at 5 o'clock.
Thank you very
tonight.
much. Yep.
Good luck to Quack.
Don't forget to vote.
We're impartial here at Studio 20, so good luck to both candidates. But now we're going to go to a UOW TV shortcut, and we're going to catch up with Joe Smith and Angelique, who went to the nude auction, and let's see how that went.
The annual nude auction found its way back onto the UOW calendar today, with the Creative Arts faculty putting on another eye-opening and certainly exciting fundraising event.
The theme is the nude. However, it doesn't have to be figurative or literal. It can be any. A lot of artists have had diverse interpretations of it.
We're auctioning off lots of different artists' works, and all of the money goes towards our grad show. So the theme is loosely based around nudes, or the word nude, so you can sort of take that whichever way you want. So I think lots of people have taken it quite literally this year, but there's some funny ones in there, some good ones. I've auctioned off a few, so there's like, I think 7 or 8 more to go. We'll see.
Thanks for that, Angelique and Joe. We actually got a purchase from the nude auction, a new addition of art to Studio 20, thanks to Steph Kinsler with her fantastic photography that we got up there now on display. You know.
We can't wait to see how the grad show turns out.
Yeah, you know, hashtag Studio 20 Live as well if you want to get any of your artwork up here. We're basically an art museum now here at Studio 20. We saw Tegan Russell's work and Mulga's, and we're always trying to collect more. But we'll eventually give it back.
Yeah.
But time for pop-up now.
Yeah, time for pop-up. Let's reveal a surprise. We've got some bloopers coming up for you right now.
Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't see that.
So you'll normally find us on McKinnon Lawn, but we try to get around a lot, just like Edward. Let's get drunk tonight.
Hashtag pop-up talk. Introduce some new lockout laws to prevent alcohol-fueled violence in the city. In the city.
In the city.
We're just going to give this bird a really nice send-off because it just died and it's a baby bird.
Does anyone want to say a few words?
Oh well, that didn't work at all. I'm literally on my tiptoes because I want to be short.
Sean, get down. No, you have to be the same height.
No.
Like, I was taller than you in the other video.
You're still taller than me on my tiptoes.
Video I was like,
Oh, shit. I thought she was taking a photo of me. And I got really...
are you fans? Oh, that's right.
Okay. I got really self-conscious just then.
Is mine good or bad?
It needs a little bit of filling in. Just a little bit.
I am only 16 years old, so... So has anyone ever told you you look like Ned Kelly?
I get that a fair bit, yeah.
He looks way too happy that you love him.
Oh my god!
You can only do 69 as long as you do a really sleazy like face. Yeah.
What? This week at UOW, it's Gender and Sexuality Week.
Oh, was that it? Oh, fuck. What am I saying?
So you
Hi there. This...
Did you hear that? We're gonna die. Did you hear that? The terror level's at high. It's supposed to be cheesy like this.
I know,
Sean.
but I can't not laugh.
Sean,
I'm sorry, I can't.
you just need to look unimpressed, that's all.
I can do
Which
that.
isn't hard.
It's you.
Just
I
use
can
your
do that.
resting bitch face.
Yeah, I'll just do typical reaction to anything you say. Okay.
Sean, the terror level's been red hot. What about the new Apple?
That's lame.
Sweet.
Great. Hilarious.
Sean's hating this.
I'm hating this too.
Well, that was hilarious. Unfortunately, you won't be seeing any of the bloopers from Studio 20 because we don't make any mistakes. Joking. There's probably more just for me alone than any of the ones Pop-Up has.
Yeah, that was really funny. I love those guys. So they're going to be on the couch next week?
Next week, because it's a special event, unfortunately, the last ever episode of
Ever?
Ever.
Oh, because they're graduating.
Yeah, they're graduating. They're taking Pop-Up with them. Pop-Up's gone, and they'll be in
no.
to say goodbye. So make sure you're here next week for the very special Pop-Up farewell.
Yeah, that'll be great.
But we're going to go to a quick break, and we're going to catch you up on what's going on in Wollongong, and we'll be back after this.
All right, so we're back with Talissa now.
Hey guys.
Gonna hear all things going on in the celebrity world.
That's right. I keep it entertainment as well. I try and be balanced with my report. But speaking of celebrities, one of my future husbands has actually been nominated for 9 ARIA Awards. Now, congratulations to him. That is Chet Faker. And also congratulations, because this is the first time I've announced our engagement publicly. We have never spoken, but it's a secret
Don't
agreement.
need to speak to be engaged.
Well, that's right. And I mean, Flume will DJ at our wedding. I've already picked out my dress, so I'm pushing on with the
I'll
idea.
give you away to listen to.
Thanks, Trey.
Like a Studio 20 father figure.
Okay, I haven't said you're invited. But anyway, so the ARIA nominations have come out, and I mean, Sia and Chet Faker have done extremely well. So they've both picked up around 9 award nominations each, but they're along with people like Iggy Azalea and Shepherd, Five Sauce, as well as some Australian acts that you may know from people from shows like X Factor, so that's like Taylor Henderson, Jessica Malboy, those type of people. So it's a huge year for nominations for the ARIAs. And what I think is really great is this year they've brought out some independent awards, so people who are for independent music labels or bringing out independent music themselves. So a very diverse range of musicians this year, but we'll wait and see who wins the awards. My money's still in the mainstream pop people to win, because that's kind of what's happened over the past. But
Majority
we'll wait
rules.
and see. Well, that's right. But another thing that's gone on this week, did you guys watch The Bachelor?
Oh, every week.
Yeah?
On and off, Team
My
Sam.
Foxtel IQ just...
Team Sam.
My
Yeah.
whole IQ is full of Bachelor.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, I tried to keep on top of it. I understand it was pretty hard for most people, but I've decided I'm going to give you a little summary. Boy meets girl. Boy goes on dates with plenty of girls. And when I say boy meets girl, I mean several girls. So he goes on dates with these girls and makes out with these girls and then decides to break their heart one by one.
That old Cinderella story.
Yeah, that's Cinderella. That's right, Cinderella. Modern day Cinderella, some might say, except for it's torturous to watch because he's breaking girls' hearts on national TV. But we'll let him go for that. So boy eventually has to pick what girl he's going to get. So he says, I've got to make the hardest decision of my life continually until producers and audience members can no longer handle it. And then he picks his girl, right? So he proposes to her on national television, and she says 100% yes.
Oh, cute.
So that's cute. Anyway, so he proposes to her, and they're going to get married, and then all of a sudden, as soon as the last episode is premiered, it's gone. Total media blackout. There's no comment from anyone, not from The Bachelor or The Women or from Channel 10, until one statement got put out a day later saying that they'd actually decided to break up. Who didn't see that one coming? Because I certainly didn't.
I thought they were soulmates.
If you're going to date several women at once, you kind of have to expect this sort of thing's going to happen. But hey, we've got to see what happens down the track. Apparently, they are bringing out The Bachelorette, which is something that's happening.
Have you applied yet, Tulsa?
No, I wouldn't go on national television announcing that I'm going to marry people. No, I'm just joking. No, I don't know if I'd ever go on it. Probably Big Brother's more my thing.
The equivalent
but
is you on Tinder.
See, we can just put a camera over my shoulder and film me while I have a bit of a swipe.
The cheapest bachelorette ever.
Budget bachelorette. No, but so
Bachelorette on a budget.
so that's what's happening down the track. Not me being on The Bachelorette, just The Bachelorette is coming.
Okay.
But speaking of tracks, something that's been released in the last day or so is a track done by the BBC. So they've got 27 artists to all get together and cover the song God Only Knows, which was done by the Beach Boys. So they had one of the original Beach Boys, then they had people like Lorde and Pharrell Williams, our own Kylie Minogue, Sam Smith, a whole range of artists are in the song.
Like on The Simpsons, sending my love down the well.
I can't say I've ever watched The Simpsons.
And you're the entertainment reporter.
I mean, there's other forms of entertainment. People get so hung up on Simpsons, though. Are you guys fans?
It's a deal breaker.
big fan.
Girls need to watch The Simpsons.
Well, deal breaker, that's right, because I was talking to a guy once. We were, getting on, went on a few dates, and then I told him I never watched The Simpsons. Never heard from him again.
That's a real man.
That's
I
how
respect
important
that.
it is.
I know,
It's important.
it's a deal breaker for some people.
If it's a deal breaker, girl not watching The Simpsons, hashtag Studio 20 Live and let us know. I reckon this will be our most popular hashtag.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But speaking of deal breakers, for me, a deal breaker has to be someone who enjoys art. If you don't like art, see you later. I'll swipe a no for you. No, but there's a lot of art going on in our region, and as you can see from the set around
We
us.
have an art museum I'm going around.
Well, that's right. We've basically got our own gallery here. But some galleries that are coming to the Shellhaven are called micro galleries. So that's basically where artists go out and make small art installations and bring fine art and street art together. So they go on to abandoned buildings or work sites and put them on the fences or back street lanes, that sort of thing, and bring fine art to the public in a more accessible way. So that's going to be happening in the Narra Shellhaven region extremely soon, which is pretty close to us here in Wollongong. And it's probably going to find its way into Wollongong, I'm sure, because we are starting to be more of an arts hub.
Oh, there's so many local artists.
Well, that's right.
Getting their names out there.
That's right. And I mean, there's an art exhibition coming up in just a few weeks' time called Serendipity. That's happening in Wollongong. They've got a whole Facebook page about it if you do want to check that out. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it's going to be in places that you least expect it. So look at the corners of buildings and on fences. I'm excited for it.
A bit like Banksy.
Well, that's right, yeah. But I mean, that's all. I mean, there's plenty going on in the entertainment world, but that's all you've allowed me time to speak about today.
Yeah, I'm a bit
wrap it up.
I'm a bit hard because Talissa loves to have a chat.
Oh, okay. You've done that. You can stop.
Well, I haven't done it on camera yet.
That's true. He does do it behind the scenes a lot.
Yeah, so I had to give it to people at home. But I think you know the show well enough now to also know what's coming up next. We've got the rant.
That's right, my favourite segment of all.
Well, our favourite person from the studio. I think everyone loves John.
Oh, he's a classic.
Yeah. And so he's splitting hairs here in this rant, and let's see how he went.
Hey, today on The Rant, we'll be talking about a bit of a hairy issue.
I hate man buns. They look freaking stupid and they look so feminine. You've got like a shit on your head.
They don't go together. The only people that should have buns are women. That's it.
To be honest, I think it looks lame. Sort of looks like you're in a boy band. And yeah, like a 90s uppercut, whatever they were called. Looks stupid.
Thanks for that. Now, I like the man bun.
Yeah.
I'm trying to grow the hair bun, but, you know.
Yeah, maybe skip that. Yeah.
The flick's working.
Yeah. Anyway, now we're going to hear from Malama and Kiana for our musical segment this week.
Hey, this is a song that I wrote. It's called Take Me As I Am.
Falling in love, I look at myself and I'm falling behind. I've never really had someone to call my love, and this heart's been empty for way too long. It's in need of somebody to keep it strong. I don't know where you are, future love, so hurry up because I'm falling apart. I want someone to love me and someone to hold me and take me as I am, take me as I am. I want someone to love me and someone to care for me and take me as I am, take me as I am. To fall in and out of it so fast. These relationships never really last. So the heartbreaks and the letdowns and the mistakes make you lose your faith. 'Cause all you want is someone to love me and someone to hold me and take me as I am, take me as I am. I want someone to love me and someone to care for me and take me as I am, take me as I am. Oh, come on and take me as I am. Oh, won't you take me as I am? Oh, take me as I am. Oh, take me as I am. Oh, won't you take me as I am? Oh, take me as I am. Oh, take me as I am.
Yeah. That was great, guys. Thanks. Thank you.
When did you first start playing together?
I'd say yeah. We started jamming together a few months ago, but then yeah, we basically rehearsed this morning.
Oh, great.
It's the first time we've ever played an original ever.
Oh, wow, exciting.
Wait, so Breaking Ground Studio 20, that's what we're all about.
Hell to the
Exclusives, right here.
local, right
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So how does your creative process work together?
We just listen to songs we like.
Yeah.
And then we just try and do
Try and
a
tell from
decent
there.
version of them.
Exactly.
And not ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys do a lot of covers, don't you, too?
Yeah, we do a lot of covers.
What's some of the acts you draw inspiration from?
Definitely, I'd say Sam Smith.
Sam Smith, Ed Sheeran, love the two blokes. I mean, for me as well, like bands, Script, Thirsty Merc, and also Coldplay. So-
Tell us a little bit more about this instrument here.
Okay, so this is called a box drum. Basically, I got it because I can't fit a drum kit in my house.
We can't do a drum kit in here either, so
Exactly.
perfect.
So,
Worked out for everyone.
Yeah, so basically it's literally a box in a drum. It's got snares inside, so it makes a couple of different sounds, and yeah, it's perfect for acoustic things like this.
And do many people give lessons on that, or did you just self-teach yourself?
No, I just kind of bought it and figured it out. Like, I watched some things on YouTube. But yeah, I'm not really qualified to play anything. So
You sounded pretty good to us. So.
Thank you.
She's pretty talented.
We'll give you a Studio
Stop
20
it.
license to play.
Okay, great.
You qualified by Studio 20.
Okay, verified.
Thanks for coming in, guys. That was
No
great.
worries.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thanks.
having us. Yeah.
That brings us to an end of episode 11. Make sure to join us next week for episode 12, and we'll see you guys then.